Hello everyone, welcome back to Radio Buzz. This is Dr. Anju Verma. Today we are going to talk about intestinal malrotation. So embryologically speaking, there is a 270-degree clockwise rotation of midgut which leads to the adult position of the bowel loops. For the classification, for all practical purposes, if this 270-degree clockwise rotation does not occur at all, then it is known as non-rotation. And if it occurs but it is halted at any step before 270-degree clockwise rotation, then it is known as incomplete rotation. Okay, so today we are going to talk about non-rotation only. So on plain radiograph only we can have some idea that here we can see there are jejunal loops in the right hemiabdomen. Okay, there are all the jejunal loops and small bowel loops in right hemiabdomen, and there is absence of cecum and gas filled colon on the right side, and on the left side we see there is large bowel loop occupying the left hemiabdomen, not specific, neither sensitive. So other study which we can do is barium upper GI barium studies. Upper GI barium study is also quite specific. If you see, there is no crossover of duodenojejunal junction over the midline. There is no crossover, and duodenojejunal junction is lying on the right side. Okay, so nowadays, because of there is more and more availability of CT scan, we are able to see more of the incidental findings, and so we are able to find more cases of non-rotation, because in significant number of cases they are incidental findings, but it is important to find them and to write them in your report, because later on the patient can develop the complications, which we will talk about later. So here I have a case of non-rotation. So what scan are, first of all, the position of bowel loops. So here we can see this is the stomach, then it's going, then there is the duodenum, here is the DJ junction, and we don't see any crossover of DJ junction to the left side. Okay, so there is no crossover of DJ junction to the left side, and we can see all of the jejunal loops. All of these are jejunal loops. They are lying in the right hemiabdomen, and the large bowel, this is the large bowel, it's lying in the left hemiabdomen. And here we have the cecum, and this is the IC junction. Okay, so it is better visualized on coronal reformat images. Here we can see all of these are jejunal loops, okay, with volvulae conventris. All of these are jejunal loops. This is the stomach, this is the duodenum, this is DJ junction, and there is no crossover to the left side. Okay, all of them are lying on the right only. And here we can see large bowel loops. All of the large bowel loops are lying here. So this is the cecum, and this is the distal ileum, and here we have the IC junction. This is the IC junction. So this is the cecum, this is the IC junction, this is ascending colon, and then it is not going anywhere to the right, and the splenic flexure is here, and then the descending colon is here. This is the descending colon. Then this sigmoid and rectum. This is rectum. Then we have sigmoid here, and more superiorly we'll find the descending colon. So this is about the bowel loop position. Then other findings which we can see associated with this entity are altered relationship of SMA and SMV, superior mesenteric artery and superior mesenteric vein. In normal cases, the superior mesenteric artery, it lies on the left side, and the superior mesenteric vein, it lies on the right side. But in cases of malrotation and non-rotation, there are this relationship is altered. Okay, so the SMA and SMV, they can have a vertical relationship or they can have a inverse relationship. In inverse relationship, the artery lies on the right and the vein lies on the left, and in vertical relationship the vein lies anterior to the artery. So here we'll trace. This is the celiac trunk, this is the superior mesenteric artery, this is superior mesenteric vein. Okay, so in our case there is a vertical relationship. This is the artery, this is the vein, and the vein is lying right in front of the artery and slightly towards the left. Okay, anterior and to the left. So this finding is usually associated with midgut malrotation. But the thing is, this finding in isolation is not diagnostic of midgut malrotation, because it can be seen in normal cases also. So if you find this this altered relationship of SMA and SMV, you need to look for the bowel positions. Only then you can diagnose a case of malrotation or non-rotation. Okay, then other associated finding is underdeveloped or absent uncinate process of pancreas. Okay, so this is the portal vein, this is the head of pancreas. Okay, and here we should find the uncinate process right here, but this is smaller in size compared to the normal population. This is also associated finding. Okay, so let's talk about the two most dreadful complications of non-rotation. First of all, there is a narrow attachment of the mesentery, small bowel mesentery. So normally where does our mesentery attach? It goes from this location obliquely, from right SI joint till the left of L2 vertebra. Okay, so this is the path of mesenteric attachment. But in our case, in cases of malrotation, there is narrow pedicle, narrow attachment of mesentery. So somewhere here, this is the only mesenteric attachment we can see. Okay, this is the mesentery, and we can see multiple mesenteric lymph nodes also, and this is the narrow attachment. So what happens when there is narrow attachment? The bowel can twist over its mesenteric attachment, which will lead to volvulus. Okay, so and in that case you will find whirlpool sign. Okay, vessels twisting around, and it will give you a whirlpool sign. Okay, then other dreadful complication is internal hernias. What are internal hernias? Internal hernias are the condition where the viscera protrude through the peritoneum or the fibrous bands of the peritoneum. Like in these cases, we have a Ladd's band. Okay, so if the bowel loops, they protrude through these peritoneal bands, but they stay inside the abdominal cavity only. That is known as internal hernia. So these cases can also be seen associated with the cases of malrotation. So this is very important to find, to look for the bowel position, and to write this in your report, mention this in your report if you find this incidentally, so that we can be proactive in future if patient develop some complaints about it. Okay, so that's all about malrotation. Thank you for your attention. Kindly like and subscribe.